But don't worry, Jed. Come official, dude. Me and Zara are gonna be in a guild. We're gonna no Petri rule, dude.
No, I'm pro Petri.
Yeah, that's a bad idea. That's a bad idea. Because then, like, dude, you're just gonna be, oh man, you're gonna be getting some people in that guild that are willing to do that. That's just while other guilds, like if all the guilds had the same rule, no Petries, I'm on board. But I'm not doing the no Petri thing until everyone has that same basis, that same baseline.
That's kind of how I felt. Like it's like I want to just kind of be on the same playing field as everyone and have it be like even across the board. I don't want to.
I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with Petri. The point I was making was the guy that grandstanded, made sure he yelled out that Petri suck, and then killed his character, had a Petri on his toolbar. It didn't make any sense.
And then there was no signs of him getting trade checked for it. None of that stuff. So I mean.
Making bold statements on it.
So he just brought one.
Yeah,
I bet
like
you
being a
because
baseball
he
player,
just
right?
wanted to have a no shit just in case too.
Well, it's like being a baseball player, right? And being against sticky tack. I hate sticky tack. Going up on the news and saying, hey, I hate sticky tack. I'm against it. You know, he's doing the I hate sticky tack movement. While he's just throwing, 110-mile-an-hour fastballs with sticky tack.
Yeah.
What's sticky tack?
I'm not sure what that's, but it's something they cheat with, right? I heard Touch talk about it, so I think it's a cheating thing.
It's a
Apparently, you can talk shit to the enemy in battle bits too. The mic comms are on both teams.
Oh, really?
That's funny. Is it easy to tell the difference between enemy and friend? That's my question, because I might have issues there.
Yeah. When you kill an enemy, you get points, and when you kill a friend, you lose points.
There you go.
Yeah, I figured it out. That was not a friend.
All right. So I did some Googling, all right, because I see a lot of people in chat saying it's pine tar Pepega. Apparently, they did use pine tar, but a company developed this substance called sticky tack, which is purposely made for baseballs. So it's not pine tar. It's manufactured by a company.
Don't give us the baseball questions. We know a guy, okay? We know a guy.
We know a dude.
He'll tell you all the ways to cheat in baseball, okay?
And apparently it's not called sticky tack, it's called spider tack.
Spider tack.
But you get this, you get it.
Hutch will tell you that it's the big shit is resin or something like that. What is that? Is resin?
Yeah. He'll also tell you gladiator
and sweat together are really sticky. So that's another way.
Resin, ain't that the stuff that they assassinate people with?
I don't know. Is it called?
That's rice.
Is it resin? Oh, is it rosin?
Rice.
Is it rosin? I don't fucking know. Some sort of zin. Okay, and it mixes with sweat and it gets real sticky. Rosin and sunscreen too is another one. I've heard Hutch say that one.
And he also said he was gladiator.
It's resin. Resin. That's what it is. I think that, or is it? Rosin? Rosin. It's rosin. I told you guys it's some sort of zin, dude.
Stop reading.
I've been consistent on the zin, okay?
Listen, rosin sounds like a last boss in a troll dungeon.
Yeah.
Rosin, the white bag behind the mound? Nah, man, I'm talking about a substance that mixes with sweat, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Why chat saying rosin?
Yeah, it's rosin.
Yeah,
I remember now what I said.
Like raw dogs in.
What?
Rosin.
There you go. It's that simple.
Raw dogs in, as she said.
Oh, you didn't know?
Yo, what's the question?
Oh, really?
Yo!
Yeah, you mix raisins with sweat and it gets sticky, right?
Wait, what are you talking about?
Here's the thing. All right, Hutch, I got a question for you. Okay. What was the tacky stuff they used to use to cheat the pitchers?
Your ball sweat?
Okay, say it again. Sorry, the game's really loud.
Give us like the ways you used to cheat as a pitcher.
Was a
Okay,
pitcher?
cool.
What was the tacky stuff they used to use?
Okay, so if you don't give a fuck, you just use regular batting. Use better, or let me completely silence this game because everybody's talking. If you don't give a fuck, you just use standard pine tar. If you want to be able to not get caught, you use what's called bullfrog and rosin. Bullfrog is a sunscreen, and if you mix it with rosin, then after about 30 seconds, it's completely clear, but is sticky as fuck. Like,
so where does spider tack come from?
As sticky as pretty much anything. Now, spider tack is...
Have you ever worried about it being too sticky, and when you throw the ball, it hits the dirt right in front of you, and you would look stupid?
So, you know, a lot of MLB players are doing now. Well, let me answer the first question. Spider Tack is industrial stick, where Spider Tack is so sticky that if you put Spider Tack in your hands, go outside when it's really, really hot, let it soak in, then, like, you know, let's say go in air conditioning, your hand will literally, like, looks like the fake skin. It sticks so much. Like, I've had guys who put too much Spider Tack on and then did the, you know, was in 100-degree weather, went inside, and the Spider Tack, like, stuck to their fucking finger.
Okay, so
All of a sudden, he's a little motherfucker on the Little Giants who's got his hand stuck to his chest. You know what I'm saying?
So what a lot of catchers are doing now is that the catchers are holding the stick. So they'll have the stick in their glove, in their mitt. So whenever they catch the ball, the stick will get on the ball, and the longer they have that ball, the stickier it gets. But in the MLB, a lot of people don't understand that once the ball touches the dirt, you have to get a new ball. It's not a choice. It's not like a decision. Once it touches the dirt or anything that isn't a mitt, has to get a new
it's
ball.
because the ball's sacred.
No, it's just because anything, when you're throwing a ball at 100 miles an hour, literally it hitting anything other than even a mitt, the laces start to bust. Like, if I get a baseball, and that baseball, there's a lace loose, or there's part of the leather on the ball is scuffed, or anything like that, I can manipulate that ball and make my slider slide even more, make my curveball go, you know, curve even more, make my fastball have more rise. Like, you can take a little tiny cut in a baseball and just that resistance.
Wait, rise or rosin?
Air, rise. So
okay.
it's the baseball term. It's when you throw it and the baseball goes up, and then you also have sink when it goes down, which is how I pitch.
Okay, so
that little cut can make the ball do a completely different.
were you for or against Spider Tack?
I never used sticky myself. So personally, you know, it didn't affect me. I used it whenever I was in the beginning of my career. I used bullfrog and rosin, and whenever I would throw pitches, it would stick to my fingers to the point where I wouldn't be able to throw strikes consistently.
Were you for it or against it? So that you think they should be allowed to use it?
Yeah.
Okay. So
Yeah,
let's say.
What about petriclots?
All right, are there
Sorry, I
pitchers
thought
in
we
the
thought that in
MLB
there.
that are against it?
Is there pitchers in the MLB that are against it? No. Is there hitters that are against it? You wouldn't think. How do I say this? Not as many as you would think. There you go. Not as
So you're
many
saying is the pitchers are all a bunch of cheaters?
No,
Yeah.
because in baseball, all the way up until, let's say, early 2000s, no one gave a fuck. Like, there was
Yeah, but he's also on board with the steroid use. No one gave a fuck about those times
That's
either.
true,
So he's
that's
got
true.
his takes, you know.
Yeah. I mean, here's my thing. Like, as a hitter, I was a hitter my entire career until I got into pro ball. I was always a hitter, ranked nationally as a hitter until I broke my hamate bone. Never once did
All right,
I.
well, what the
get
fuck is
beat.
that bone?
Hamate bone is the hook of the hamate. It hangs. It's usually is broke by hitters and tennis players. It's a useless bone that sits in your hand. Some scientists have a theory that when we use
Didn't you have work on that?
I had surgery. Yeah. So
Did
the
they,
hamate bone
was it more complicated for them to work on yours since your hands are so small?
That's true. They had to bring in a little motherfucker.
No.
You guys are so...
They had to match his size. You know what I mean?
True.
But yeah, so I broke my hand and then I started pitching. But anyways, I never once was like, oh, that guy beat me. I wonder if he's using sticky stuff. Like, it doesn't make a difference to the point where when it comes to, you know, rosin and bullfrog, it's not that much of a difference. Now, Spider Tack's crazy. I mean, legitimately, again, if it's hot outside, you have Spider Tack, you try and unscrew the lid and take it off the Spider Tack, you have to pull as hard as you can to get the lid to pop off the Spider Tack, just so you can open the fucking...
Now, how does holding a bullfrog make your hand stickier?
It's not... it's...
Dude, just fuck batters in baseball is what I'm getting out of all this. You know what I mean? Just fuck
Well,
batters.
batters
You
have
like
pine
boring
tar
games,
themselves.
right?
Batters get to use pine tar to grip the bat better, and gripping the bat better
And that's legal.
allows them to be able to control the barrel better, and being able to control your barrel
And
don't
don't you
allows
claim
to
that
hit
you can?
farther.
And don't you claim that you can actually control the ball better with a better grip on it?
Of course you can.
So it's actually probably a little bit safer throwing at a motherfucking 90 miles an hour, you know?
And on top of that, look at guys like DeGrom. Look at all these guys who are now developing forearm issues because when you grip that ball harder, your UCL, your pronator, all that stuff gets activated. and it creates injuries, especially if you're not activating it.
Okay,
as much.
first-
So wait, why do
First
they
of
have to
all-
grip the? Oh, they have
None
to
of
grip the
us-
ball harder because they don't have as much grip, right?
Exactly.
Welcome
and here's
to
my
Daenerys,
thing.
adventurer.
Before you say something,
How
Judd,
can I be of
would you
service
rather
to you?
me throw
You don't
better
look like
and
black
have a
to
little
me.
bit more spin
But
on my
I know
ball
how
and be able to
looks can be
control it,
deceiving.
or throw 102 and potentially hit you in the head and give you brain damage?
Yeah, that's so scary.
I think they're
Like, let's
both
be
fun to
honest.
watch. They're both fun to
Brain
watch.
damage.
It's literally 105 degrees outside. I'm sweating absolute ball sack, right?
And it's healthier for the longevity of your arm to not have to grip the ball that hard, right?
But think about this, right? If you got people getting pegged in the head with the ball, that's so many YouTube clicks.
I played with a guy who got hit in the face with a ball. He had to it broke his eye sockets and he had to have facial reconstruction surgery. So like for me, it's not even a question.
Don't they have those like that thing on the side of their helmet?
The flap?
95% of baseball players don't wear that because you can't see the ball as well. You can't see the spin. as well.
What?
You can't see all kinds of stuff.
The little
wear their
flap
helmet?
on the side of their helmet?
Yeah, no, I mean, look.
Oh, dude, those guys are out of their mind then, brother.
Yeah, bro, just 5 years ago, they wore half helmets where it only protected the left side and the right side was completely open. But people were turning to, let it hit them in the back and it was hitting them in the side of the head.
No way. So it would clip them on like the right side if they turn to like the right or something. I gotcha. Damn. So baseball players so they actually have two-sided helmets now. I didn't even notice that.
A lot of them are using two-sided helmets. There's still some veterans are still using one-sided. And a lot of people in chat are like, listen, when you say one-sided helmet, I don't mean there's literally nothing on that other side. I mean, whenever
That flap doesn't exist to cover your whole head.
On the right side.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, yeah, man, it's for me, it's a no-brainer. Like,
All right,
You're
so
two-sided.
Safety
100%.
for safety reasons.
last question.
Two-sided
So-
helmets, the
So
no-brainer
they
for me
use
too.
rosin, right?
What is it?
They use rosin sometimes, right? Or
Rosin
that
is
was-
still allowed. Yeah.
Okay, so if they use rosin to assassinate people, how do they use it without ingesting it?
I think you're thinking of ricin.
Is that what that is?
Yes.
Yeah, same shit, dude. Same shit.
But yeah, and here's the thing too is like taking the sweat from the top of your head, taking rosin, patting it in your hands, taking the sweat again, patting your hand. You can get that same type of stick without using any of those substances. The thing is that you can get more of a consistent stick with bullfrog and rosin, more of a consistent stick with regular pine tar. Spider tack, I will agree, is next level. Like fucking, not only is it
I just
allowing you
love
to throw
that
harder,
even
it's
that long
allowing you
thing
to
it was
throw
wrong.
more consistently. I mean, it really does make a
that was
huge
good.
difference.
That was
But the
good.
other stuff, just grip, like straight up.
That was funny.
Okay, so we agreed that Petries are bad.
Seems like it, yeah.
See, but that's not even the same conversation. Petri is something that completely changes the results of what's going on whenever you're in a dungeon, right? You pop the Petri, you get to extract.
I got a question.
100%, never going to do anything wrong.
How many pitches would you throw to Judd before he can hit one?
Judd couldn't hit my fastball. I mean,
That's not true.
It's just
That's not
he
true.
He wouldn't even at where I'm at right now. I can't even fucking move my right arm hardly.
Give me a real number. Would it take him 7 years? Would it take him
No,
a
it would
fucking
take
1,000
him-
balls? Would it?
I think if are you talking we go on the mound tomorrow, or are you talking whenever I play?
You go on the mound, say 2 hours a day. How long
For
would
how
it
long?
take before
For how
he
long?
hit?
For how long?
That's what I'm asking you. How fucking long would it take before he hit one?
So again, answer my question. Right now, or whenever I was playing professional?
Right now.
Right now.
Probably. I mean, he wouldn't. Like if
That's not true.
If it was, I have to throw all in one day. By 40 pitches, I'm gonna be fucking roasted. I'm gonna be so tired. So he'd probably get me after 40. But if it's 2 hours a day and I get to, and I get to throw only 40 pitches, he wouldn't hit me.
That's not true. I played football in high school.
That does absolutely nothing.
Well, it's a thing.
No, I mean before he can hit your best
He won't hit my best.
in his whole life.
In his whole life, I mean, I won't say that, but I mean, 2 hour days. Can he hit my best? No, he cannot.
All I'm saying is, all right, I know that Vegas has baseball fields, and we're going to TwitchCon, and I'm going to hit some of your balls. I don't want to say it like fuck.
You want to?
Bro, let me tell you
grab 'em
something.
if you want.
You should be terrified to stand in front of those pitches, bro.
I mean, here's my thing. I wouldn't do it, number one, because I'd probably have surgery the next day. But number two is like, I would, if I hit you, I'd hurt you.
So what you're saying is you're afraid that I'll hit the ball and make you look bad.
I'm afraid that I'll hit you and hurt you.
That sounds like a good excuse.
If you don't care, then sure, let's go. I don't mind hurting you.
That's I'll wear a flap thingy.
Even if you were throwing if we stood in front of a fucking machine that did 90-mile-an-hour balls,
I won't
it would
throw
be
90.
terrifying.
I couldn't throw
It would be
90.
terrifying.
If I threw tomorrow, I'd probably throw 85.
So if we went to a batting cage, could you set the machine up to throw like you would?
Yeah.
And do you think I'd hit it?
Yes.
So I could hit your pitches.
No, because the machine is going to throw in the exact same spot over and over again until you can hit it, or a relative around the same spot.
Well, I'll let you change it up every time.
No. I'm gonna throw one behind you. I'm gonna throw one at the fucking ground. Then I'm gonna throw a strike. Then I'm gonna throw one. People don't understand, like, when you're throwing, if you could throw that hard to begin with, but when you're throwing that hard, especially after not doing it for a long time, I'm gonna have no control.
Well, why would you throw it behind me?
Because I won't be able to control where the fuck the ball's going.
Man,
I grip it barely wrong whatsoever, bro. That ball's going.
Listen, all I know is if I'm throwing you pitches, they're going right down the middle every time.
Yeah, exactly. Judd,
Yeah, 15 miles an hour.
You could throw your absolute best, and I would take you yard at least 5 times if you threw strikes.
I mean, I can throw some good 30-mile-an-hour ones.
Yeah,
I seen him touch bat, man. You're not getting shit through. What are you talking about?
What do you mean? Yeah, exactly.
I'm more confident.
I think he'll be a better batter nowadays than he would be a pitcher. Yeah.
100%. I think if I really wanted to, I could go and hit. I could not go and be a pitcher again. If I really, like, gave up streaming, went and trained every single day, lost all this bullshit weight, and I really wanted to compete, I'd do it as a hitter. I would not go.
Here's the thing, right? Because you're out of shape. I'm in my fucking prime.
Judd, I seen you. You look like a bag of mayonnaise. Bag of old, expired, with a little bit of mold on the mayonnaise.
Why you gotta do me like that, man?
Tell me I'm lying. Tell me I'm lying.
People tell me I look young for my age.
Mold is your stubble.
Young to the dead, maybe.
Man, this is real interesting to join in on.
There you go.
All I'm saying is, when we're in Vegas, I think we should go to the batting cage and hit some balls.
Okay. Yeah, that's completely different than what the conversation started. I'm down with that.
I just don't think we can find a helmet that fits someone's head.
That is gonna be difficult. That is going to be a problem.
The fucking pivot on that one.
Look like a bag of mayonnaise.
What the fuck was that? I didn't even know they sold mayonnaise in a bag.
I didn't either.
Bag of mayonnaise.
Yeah, but I can definitely imagine it. It is not something that I like in my brain.
Mm-hmm. When are you guys gonna come play BattleBit?
How many people can play in that game versus each other?
128 at max, 32 at minimum.
Holy
You got to
shit,
set this one out, Hazy. Sorry about that.
You're gonna have to.
There's
I'm gonna be
zero
benched.
lag. There's zero, like, whatever. You can have as many people as you want on a team and a squad. Even if you have too many people on your team, they can still join your game and be on your in your squad. They can still join your game and be on your team. So
Nice.
it's really cool, and it's like, it looks like Roblox, but with them not putting as much effort into, like, the graphics, the way it plays is really, really nice.
Interesting.
Gameplay
Man, fuck
first.
graphics.
Yeah, straight up. Like,
I'm gonna make a stick game.
this is the smoothest playing game I have played, especially on release.
Well, it's 8-bit.
We're playing World of Warcraft, okay? So, yeah, I don't
Yeah,
think we can give a
you
shit
guys
about
already
graphics.
don't care about graphics.
It's 8-bit.
Oh, dude, the WoW graphics are not bad.
I mean, I got ray trace shadows. Yeah, you're right.
I mean, so when
Yeah.
we come from Counter-Strike, we play on like every low setting possible.
It's
Low
8-bit.
setting, ultra wide.
That's like saying
Yeah.
Pong has a good refresh rate and FPS speed.
I thought Chodie died. I think that was Chode Stevens.
What
Oh,
the?
Chode Stevens.
Oh, it showed Stevens. No way. My brother from another mother.
Wow, 52. Holy shit.
Yep, should have used my
He's right
guide.
up here. He's right where I'm going.
Yeah, he choded too close to the sun.
Last was he rogue? Rogue. Oh, damn.
Last words, I'm a cat.
Basically, the whole point of the spider attack, the point I'm making, right? It's like a pitcher grandstanding every day, being against spider attack, right? While using it every day.
No, not at all. I don't think. See, me personally, I don't think there's a problem with that. So here, this is my take on that. That's like, for example, ads on Twitch. I hate the fact that people get 10 ads. I think that's so fucking stupid, bro. I think it's ridiculous. At the same time, I'm accepting my ad rev every single month. Why? Because I'm gonna get paid while it's there. Am I going to do tier 3 and pump it up and whatever? No. But at the same time, it's like, while it's there, why not use it? That's my opinion. Like,
You should keep yourself on even playing field with everybody else.
Exactly. Even that's a better. It's even playing field. If everyone else is using it, are you gonna die on that hill of not using it and sucking?
Well,
or are
let me tell you what happened.
Is using it.
Let me tell you what happened. All right. So this guy, he was in Molten Core, and they killed Rag, and then he yelled out that Petries are dumb. You shouldn't use Petries in the game. That they're cheesy, right? And then he killed himself in the fire while having a Petrie on his toolbar and using it in the raid.
Okay.
No, we don't know if he used it in the raid.
Well, it was on his toolbar, so why would it be
It was
there?
on his toolbar in the raid, though. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So he obviously was there so that just in case, just like everybody else.
Yeah.
So
Calamity,
he made a point about it
we've
being
been-
stupid while
listen,
actively.
We've been having debates about this off and on for like the last week, probably more.
Yeah. Well, I'll say that I mean,
From my perspective,
necessarily agree with.
I like the concept of nobody using it if everybody is in agreement that's the move, you know? I'm all about having everybody on kind of like the same wavelength. But I don't know. I understand that like there's a lot of play styles and stuff, and I've already said, even though I feel that way,
Oh yeah. Then yeah.
I just want to be on I just kind of want to embrace like cooperation for this, because I feel like that's going to be ultimately the best way for everybody to survive. It's like if we just cooperate and everybody's kind of,
Any minute now.
just focusing in on what they can do to maximize what they're doing to, I don't know, bring their class to the fucking forefront of what's going on and fucking help out. Know their class, know the raids, know the fights. It's pretty bare minimum like stuff that you got to do. That's probably going to help more than people bitching about Petri and whatever. And if you focus on like the core mechanics and stuff of the game and I don't know, the shit you should be doing, Petri will probably barely become a thing. So at the end of the day,
And I went to Burger Shot. And
it's kind of about the spirit of cooperation, because there's we're kind of like a niche player base,
Then I gave that man
Yeah, there's 1,000 fucking people in the guild. But like, dude, in the grand scheme of like the WoW player base, we're like a small little piece of the whole thing. So I think cooperating is probably the best way to handle things.
5 months. And whenever I said,
See it nerfed to be one Petri. Yeah, I mean, listen, at the end of the day, like,
you shouldn't be dumb enough to do this while I'm
us weighing in on this,
and sent me away for 4
which is clearly a very layered topic,
Wouldn't that be something your probation officer would tell you?
I would take it with a grain of salt.
I don't think there's
Because,
probation officer.
look, we've all done little bits of raiding in Classic, but not hardcore.
But yeah, so
We haven't been doing this. We haven't been,
we did a plan
this is our first time getting here,
set up
so
a bolt robbery for a
we're
while.
outsiders, kind of, is what I'm saying.
5 cops showed up, but said there
Once we're there,
and then left.
once we've, pulled up and actually, contributed and we're, actually doing something,
Top of the skyscraper, doing
I don't know. Then maybe if, let's do our opinions then. Because right now, like, we're sitting here in these conversations, we're sitting here just like bantering back and forth, and obviously Judd is Judd, and we're reactandies, we're reacting to all this shit too, like all the different clips that are coming out, and we all have these takes and shit. Obviously a big chunk of it's content, right? But at the end of the day, that's why it's like, okay, we have these opinions, but we're just gonna cooperate and get in line, and be happy that we're here and able to get involved and kill shit.
And I was like, oh man,
So-
maybe they're waiting for a job and they're just like fucking around at the top, like with guns and stuff. Like, just
at the end of the day, we're all warming up for official. So hell yeah.
They didn't want to land.
Never met Joe before in my life. As soon as I started talking on the call, I got like 10 DMs saying, "Don't take it." Yeah, listen, he comes off very, very rough around the edges, but he really actually does mean well. He really is just a contrarian. He usually plays kind of a devil's advocate and brings the other viewpoints in and hammers them, you know. So hell yeah. I mean, feel free to pull up whenever. We're always gaming. We're always doing shit together. We're gonna be around as long as these guys don't die. We'll be knocking on the door at some point, you know.